All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Word with Ty Brownlow. I am your host, Ty Brownlow, and remember, no one is worthless. No story is worthless. Today, ladies and gentlemen, got some very special guests for you. Give you a couple of words about the situation. Racism, insecurities, rude, threat, all the way from Arizona. Please put your hands together for Brittany and Solomon Odubajo.
Odubajo.
Okay. Okay, all right, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. All right. First and foremost, how are you all?
We're okay. Thank you for having us.
No problem at all. Now, for those of you sitting at home or looking or listening to this, you're probably like, Ty, like, I don't know what's going on. Like, please clarify what's going on. So, for those of you who have been following social media, and you all please correct me if I'm saying something wrong, but like, I want to say this happened back in March?
February 5th.
February 5th, okay. February 5th, basically, Brittany and Solomon, they're the owners of Watchacookin Food Truck, all right? And they rent kitchen space from a, chef shared kitchen. And basically the owner of this establishment, Tom Toot is his name, okay? Now, these are just the reports that, that have been put out there. So these are just reports that I'm reporting, okay? So supposedly there was a 30-day notice given, stating that you all had to leave, okay? So Brittany, you went there, and you scheduled a meeting to talk things out with him, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so now during this time while you're sitting in a meeting, Tom becomes enraged and basically he pulls out an All Lives Matter shirt?
Yes.
Okay, during this time, that's when he starts to yell, becomes a little irate. And Brittany, was this also the same time that you called Solomon to get him on the phone, to get him down there as well?
Yeah, I text my husband to come. Yes. Okay. Meeting.
Okay. So pretty much by the time, Solomon, you get there, you're talking to him. Can you just take us through, pretty much how you saw everything unfold at that time?
So basically, my wife had said, Tom, can you explain to my husband, why you don't want us here? Basically he said that he don't want to do business with us anymore. We was contaminating his kitchen. We had too much inventory. He had other companies that pay him more and that was bigger than us. And then, I proceeded to tell him, you had it out since day one. You was rude. Prior to this, we had one conversation, and that was the Saturday before the incident. I'm like, it's rude and aggressive for no reason. I didn't even say nothing back to him, and I told him, like, I'm not going to tolerate no disrespect towards me and my wife. And he just lost it. That's when he went and reached for the gun and, he took a deep breath. That's what made me pay attention to him. And he wasn't like keeping eye contact. He had his eyes closed. So it was like, okay, he up to something.
Okay. So yeah. I mean, now, first and foremost, please forgive me. So basically you're sitting across and you can already feel it. Like you can tell something's not right. Just in how everything's moving. Yeah,
when he had his eyes closed and he took the deep breath, yes. Because at first I didn't expect him to have a weapon. That was the last thing I expected him to do. So when he took a deep breath, that's what put me on. It just raised an alert. Like, okay, he up to something.
And okay, so. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who have seen the video, we already know what happened after that. Basically that's when instinct took over. You rushed in, held him down. And I want to say it was for 11 minutes?
Yeah, a little bit over 11.
A little bit over 11 minutes. Now, we're just gonna okay, so while that's going on, Brittany, let's talk about what you got going on at the same time. Now, you're calling the Mesa Police Department for them to come, straighten everything out. But before you even go into all that, you have to explain to them the situation. Can you talk to us about that?
Yeah, so initially, like when I ran over to my husband, my first thought wasn't to call the police. He had to tell me to call the police because I was really scared to call the police because, you know, the situation, it didn't look right. There's two Black people, here's a white man, we're in his establishment, and there's a weapon involved. So automatically, I felt like we were going to get stereotyped, you know? So it was hard for me to call the police, but I just kept reminding myself, just keep saying out loud and letting them know that your husband is Black and he's not the suspect. And at some point, you know, once the police did arrive, I stopped them at the door and I looked them in their eyes and I told them, like, please promise me that you guys will not kill my husband. Like, we did not have the weapon. You know, they looked at me and they said, okay. They didn't promise, but they said, okay. And, you know, it was just hard. It was super hard. Like, that was the most terrifying moments I've ever experienced. You know, I even was communicating with my husband while I was on the phone. I was begging him, like, please don't let this guy go, whatever you do. Please don't let him go. So, you know, it was just terrible. It was all bad.
Well, and, you know, let me just say, especially in this day and time, you know, we're talking 2021. We just had the whole incident with George Floyd and his case. And, you know, not even 10 miles away from there's another murder. You know, there's a murder here in Chicago with another 17-year-old. And I want to say just a couple of days ago, somebody in Columbus, you know, was murdered. So, like, you know, these are very turbulent times when it comes to race here in America. Okay. So I could only imagine being on the phone, talking to the police, explaining to them, hey, you know, this is what the situation is. Please do not come in and do what you all, sometimes in the media, what you all always do, you know, shoot first, then ask questions later.
Right.
And then by the time when they do get there, like you said, they didn't even promise you, well, you know, well, okay, Brittany, we're not going to do it. But they're like, okay, we're just going to go over here and handle the situation.
Absolutely.
So let me ask this question to you, Solomon. When the police get, basically, okay, cops arrive, you're still holding this guy down. Now, also from what I'm reading, you know, he was trying to shoot from inside the shirt or something.
Yeah, man, it was just like, it happened so quick. It had got caught in the shirt. So if it wouldn't have got caught in the shirt, we would have been out of here for real.
Yeah.
You feel me? So,
because even when you see me run over there, he was trying to pull the trigger, but his finger couldn't get through the holster because it was caught in the shirt.
His finger couldn't
through the trigger.
Yeah, because it was caught in the shirt.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. For no reason. They weren't arguing. If you pay attention to the video, you'll see me with my head down. If they were arguing or there was about to be an altercation, I would have been more alert. I had my head down because it didn't seem like it was getting, you know, aggressive or anything. So it just came out of nowhere, like unexpected. And, you know, he would have killed us because he had no reason to pull the gun out. He wasn't about to show us a magic trick with it. You know, he was going to use it for no reason because he was upset.
So, okay, let's talk about that for a second because, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to tell y'all. So normally this would be an open and shut case. No, unfortunately, this is not an open and shut case because from what I read about someone, I don't know if it was the state's attorney or DA, basically the prosecutor said that, you know, basically he won't be doing any jail time. And, you know, they were offering to reduce the charges to 1 count of assault, even though both of you all were in the room and he was threatening to shoot both of you all. But
not only that, it was still people in the building.
And I suffered a miscarriage. Yeah. So it was like a slap on the wrist. And they released him literally. He went to jail, but no, first he went to go get medical assistance. And then from there, they said they booked him. He was released at 4:38 a.m. the next morning, literally the next morning. This happened on the Friday. He was released Saturday. He's still out. He has all these surgeries now popping up out of nowhere. And the prosecutor keeps letting us know, like, oh yeah, we're going to remove his ankle monitor for his surgery. How do you guys feel? And then we'll tell her and they go, well, okay.
Basically, the judge still gonna do it anyway.
So it's like, it just doesn't matter. Like it really sucks. That's why we want our story to get heard, because he needs for this. This is not okay. It is not okay, and this needs to come to a stop.
It's not okay on a whole bunch of different levels. You know what I'm saying? Right. And the fact that you just said what you just said. About you personally suffering behind this.
Right.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, let me just tell you all what's going on in Arizona, okay? Because according to the county attorney, he said basically, you all don't know what he was going to do. You don't know that he was going to shoot you.
Right.
Are you serious?
Yeah. They told us we can't.
He's gonna do. I know what he's gonna do. How do we know he's gonna kill you?
But who just pulls out guns at business meetings?
And not only that, like to hit the media, several others came out the closet. It just didn't happen to us.
Right.
He only got caught for this one time.
Yeah. It was just because ours was caught on camera. The other people weren't caught, and they were all minorities. They said that these people are racist. They had harassed them. One lady said that she even had a police report put out because he harassed her so bad. They were like, there's so many people that reached out about these people. Yeah, and it's just like, they're taking it as a joke. Like, he's a domestic terrorist. Honestly, that's how I feel about him. He has that
Nazi swastika tattoo on his wrist, big as hell.
Yeah. Working for the company. At one point on their Instagram page, they had a picture of him and the staff, and you can see it on his hand, and they're like, and you can see it on their page, like they're advertising that. We didn't know until all this happened, but it's just like, and this is a hate crime. This is a hate crime.
Yeah, let's not even sugarcoat it or what have you. Like, let's not even try to make light of the situation.
Absolutely.
He's going for a gun. He can't pull the trigger because of the way he has it. And he's irate, not making eye contact. He's being very weird, which is
a bigger picture. The All Lives Matter shirt.
Yeah, where did that come from?
This is a meeting for departure. Where did this All Lives Matter shirt come into play at?
But he had no right.
That's the first start of a hate crime.
Okay. Right, because we're supposed to be here for something totally different.
Where did this shirt come from? What is your real intentions?
Right.
What is your real point you trying to prove?
Absolutely. And when I was speaking to him, I felt like he was just trying to get ammunition from me to get the courage to do what he wanted to do, because it's like he just kept on attacking me. And then, in our company, and I remained, professional, because we own a business and we're doing a business meeting, Everybody's not going to agree, but that's okay to have our own opinions on how you feel. And he just was just angry for no reason.
So to add insult to injury, ladies and gentlemen, okay, Toot claimed he felt threatened because Solomon was bigger than him, but yet he has a gun and an All Lives Matter t-shirt.
Right.
And apparently he may possibly have some people down in the DA department or whatever on his payroll, but I'm just saying that's just me.
Right. No, for real. And how can you feel threatened by someone who you called to have a meeting with? You didn't have to have that meeting if you felt threatened. It could have been
via Zoom. We live in this day and age where we're talking via Zoom. Why couldn't it happen this way? And that way, none of this would ever have to happen. And you could have said what you had to say. We would have went our separate ways,
Right.
Things.
It can cause no threat.
Yeah.
Right. And we all know, if the shoe was on the other hand, if this was my husband, he will be either deceased or still in jail.
Yeah.
It's just, it really, really sucks. And we're getting the bad end. I mean, we have a daughter, she is 8, and she had a nightmare at 4:30 a.m. one night, running in the room, crying, saying she had a dream that the guy from the kitchen killed us. So it's it's affecting us all as a whole, Even that same day, his wife, she comes out and she tells us to remove all of our inventory, basically. So we lose all that, we lost out on events that we could have been doing. We are suffering from this, and everybody has their, oh, if I was there, I would have did this. You never know what you would have done unless you
can't say
there.
what you would have done.
Right.
A lot of people probably would have ran.
Right.
Well, and I mean, you can't say because it's not you in the situation. And
absolutely.
Look, this is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Like, people are here, you know, this is their livelihood, you know, like, as you said, like, there were events and things that you all missed out on. This is how you make your money, you know, like, if you ever been to an outside event, you have outside vendors who have food trucks there. And that's usually, man, if it's an all day event, concert, what have you, man, that's pretty much how they're going to make their income. That's their livelihood. So for this person to tell them that they have to leave, you know, the kitchen, take all the inventory with them, okay, knowing that, hey, you know, man, most of this stuff needs to be refrigerated or what have you. We don't have that on the truck or what have you. So now I'm losing inventory, which is cutting into my livelihood. I can't go to these events because of all this other stuff that's going on, which is cutting into my livelihood. And on top of that, you know, you all are somewhat taunting me behind all of this because this guy's not in jail, and every little thing that I feel that, you know, is being said is just being used to dump back on me. No.
They're even stalking our social media pages. Like, they have a son who's stalking our pages and watching. And it's just like, what are you guys' intentions? Like, what are you guys trying to do to us? Like, we're at this point, our family is in hiding. Like, we're not going out because we don't know what to expect, you know? We don't know what to expect because that was uncalled for. So, yeah.
Well, I know you all have started a GoFundMe to raise money, you know, to open a friendly and safe kitchen. I'm sorry.
I'm serious.
Kitchen, you know. So first and foremost, how was that going?
It's going great.
We're looking for a space so far, you know, right now, just depending on what area, because low key we finna relocate to a different state and then we're gonna start from there. So
okay, all right. Second question. Have you all taken up on like any legal channels or whatever to help you in your fight to combat whatever's going on with the city of Mesa?
Yes, we seeking legal action right now.
Okay, all right, man. First and foremost, I hope you all get justice.
Thank you.
Man, tenfold.
Please, yes.
Because you all deserve it. You know what I'm saying? And look, ladies and gentlemen, look. Man, go back, check the videos. I will put the video up myself again on the site for you all to follow this interview. All right. Brittany, Solomon, is there anything that you all may want to say that's something, you know, something that the media or any outlets probably, you know, not, you know, letting you say right now? Or is there any like final words that you all may have for us?
You know,
we just want to thank everybody, man, for their love and support.
Absolutely.
You know, everybody who reached out, everybody who keep checking on us still to this day. We really appreciate it. We appreciate everybody who donated to us.
Yes,
we're very thankful.
Yeah.
Man,
if you guys can just please keep sharing the story, because we really want justice. We really want justice. He needs to go to jail. So if, you know, we can continue to get our story out and heard, because this has to stop. It has to stop. It's unfair.
Right.
It's very unfair. It's very unfair, especially, you know, with all of the things that have happened afterwards, you know, like it's one thing to go through the actual experience itself, but sometimes when you go through the actual experience, okay, man, there has to be an end to this. But apparently, man, this is like the nightmare that never ends, because even in the after fact, you know, he's trying to play victim, and he's trying to, like, you know, sort some type of revenge in the afterwards. But
yeah,
we're not gonna let him do that, ladies and gentlemen. Not here, not anyway. Okay. So if people want to get in contact with you all, how can people, you know, like, get in contact with you all?
You can follow us on our Instagram page. At Watchacookin
Food Truck. And so it's WHACHACOOKINFOODTRUCK.
All right. Watchacookin Food Truck, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. All right. So what's the specialty on a food truck? What are you all most famously known for on that truck?
Right now, I would say our chicken is fire. Chicken and catfish. Yeah.
Hey, all right. Chicken and cat.
I mean, we got a lot, but you know, everybody, them wings was going. So.
The wings hitting though, for real.
Okay, hey, Watchacookin Food Truck, okay? Wings, catfish, get that chicken, okay? All right, man.
Oh, boys.
Yeah, for sure.
Shrimp po' boys, yes. All right.
Po' boy, catfish po' boy.
You feel me?
Look here, man. Look, my stomach just growled. We already know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, look, Brittany and Solomon, I really do thank you all for being guests tonight. I really thank you all for coming up on my platform, sharing your story, because it's a story that needs to be heard. Man, ladies and gentlemen, Word with Ty Brownlow. I am your host, Ty Brownlow. Remember, no one is worthless. No story is worthless. Follow me on all social media platforms at Word with Ty Brownlow. Basically, you can go to my website, www.tybrownlow.com. Get this interview, other great interviews. Brittany and Solomon, I thank you all. I thank you all. And there will be justice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.